What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over all the news that happened in Gamescom 2018. Let's go ahead and get started up with Devil May Cry 5. We got a release date for March 8th, 2019, along with a new gameplay trailer. It seemed okay. We see more of Nero, but I'm really interested in seeing more of what Dante has in store. We see Dante at the end of the trailer where he turns his motorcycle into two huge weapons, and it's like friggin' insane. Interested, but Next up is going to be Hunt Showdown, which will be available on the Xbox game preview. So now we're going to see that game in the beta version on Xbox because it's not receiving some good news from the PC side of things. I've been wanting to give it a shot for a while, and it looks very, very fun. But there's been lots of issues with this game in terms of bugs, overpowered weapons, things like that. You got people who put more time into the game who are destroying people who just try out the game for the very first time. So there's really that. The learning curve is extremely sharp with this game, so I'm definitely going to see how it's going to turn out. Maybe it might be a better platform for it. I'm not sure. Next up is going to be PUBG. It's going to be getting a full release on September 4th, along with adding the Sandhawk map, along with full achievements integration, and along with a limited edition controller with nice little grips on the trigger there. Looks pretty nice and sleek. I'm hoping they start doing the whole grips on the trigger thing, because it looks like it's a lot more comfortable for your fingers. Especially for the trigger happy people out there. So moving up next is going to be Battlefield 5 along with the company trailer, and that trailer is going to explain the new combat roles for squads. So they're going to do a lot more when it comes to squads. So when it comes to combat roles, you got your user, you got your medics, you got your recon, your support. I'm missing like one more. I can't remember. Assault, recon, support. There's one more. Engineer. Yeah, engineer. There we go. I think it's engineer in this game, and they all have their unique abilities. So the more time you put into that certain role, you unlock unique abilities. If you put more time into weapons, you can unlock these certain camos, things like that. They're also bringing back Tides of War, which is basically the campaigns from Battlefield 1. That's other ways you can unlock stuff for your character. So they're really putting in the grinding aspect into the game, which I really appreciated for the Battlefield series. I used to do that in Battlefield 3, and I think Battlefield 4 actually also had it, where you put all this time into doing certain things for certain guns or for certain skins for guns, and it really made me come back to the game and put more hours into it compared to doing loot boxes and hoping for the best like Battlefield 1. Yes, Battlefield 1 had objectives where you can get certain like skins for weapons or, other side things like that, but just the whole microtransaction thing was what kind of ruined it for me when it came to that, because, it always bothered me where I put like 4 or 5 hours into this simple objective for this gun or for any cosmetic item when someone could just spend like $10 to get that item with no time earned whatsoever. So that always kind of bothered me. And with Battlefield 5, which I'm really looking forward to playing, I'm definitely gonna see how it's gonna come in together with this game. Going up next is gonna be State of Decay 2, the Daybreak DLC. I stopped playing this game for quite some time, but the DLC, it's basically a glorified survival mode. You play as a already created protagonist who has all the skills built up and everything, and you just survive round by round. And this gives you new weapons and gear. They also released a new zombie type called the Blood Plague Juggernaut. So it's the original big huge Juggernaut, but this one has Blood Plague. And the Blood Plague of the game is this big infection that could actually ultimately kill you if you don't cure it by a certain amount of time. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. The survival mode goes with like 2 other players, so it should be 3 players for co-op. Other than that, I'm not sure if it's a paid DLC if it's a free thing. It'd be cool if it was free, because I would not want to drop money on this, because it's just like, yeah, like I wouldn't want to pay money for it. It should be a free update personally, but if so, I did not get a release date for it yet, but I will take a look into that, and I will put it in the video once I look that up. Going up next is going to be Sea of Thieves: The Forsaken Shores, which was announced at E3 this year, and that finally got a release date for September 19th. So it's on a whole new island called the Devil's Roar, and it has this interactive thing where the island will erupt and shake the world with tremors and launch geysers and fling rocks at you. And there'll even be a thing where if you're in the water for a certain amount of time, the water can heat up. It can actually hurt you also. They're also releasing a new rowboat so you can actually get to the island unscathed. along with side missions like cargo runs. So I want to look at this as a fetch quest thing. So you have to go get this cargo and bring it back to this person or this and that, and it looks okay. It's a side thing. They probably keep you busy with grinding material and things like that, so that seems alright. But I'm really interested in seeing what this new island is going to carry, because I love exploring new places. So that's going to be coming out September 19th. Going up next is Life is Strange 2. Finally got a gameplay trailer. We finally know who the protagonist is. We learned that it's these two brothers who are on the run after a tragedy that happened in their hometown. I could go deeper into what this trailer is and everything. They actually released, along with the gameplay trailer, like a 10-minute demo of the beginning of the game, of how everything happened. So I recommend you go check that out. I'm actually going to put that in the description. I'm also going to release a video of this demo explaining everything that happens in it. So do keep an eye out for that. Going up next is going to be Halo: The Master Chief Collection. It's going to be on the Xbox Game Pass September 1st. And, if you have an Xbox, why you not have this game? I don't know why. It's fantastic. You have Halos 1 through 4, all in 60 frames per second, completely redone, remastered. Looks freaking fantastic. And if you're a true Halo fan, you have this collection. Hopefully, I don't have my consoles anymore, and maybe Halo can get a PC release. Maybe it's probably never gonna happen, and I'm just gonna sit here and cry because I really miss my Halo Master Chief Collection. But whatever. PC gaming is expensive. And for anyone who's going into PC gaming, it's friggin' expensive if you want a good PC. I can tell you that I had to sell both my PS4 and my Xbox for this thing. It's worth it. I love my PC, but I literally miss my Halo. Alright, so moving on to the next thing, we got Metro Exodus. Got a new gameplay demo, and it looks fantastic. And I mean that literally. Like, the graphics, it's just like, I've never played Metro on PC before, so this will be my first thing, and it looked fantastic on console, but to see it on PC, it's going to blow my mind. That's actually what I'm beefing this PC up for, to play that game at the best settings that there is. We see the developers talking more about new factions, new monsters. Another thing that I really love about this demo too, the gameplay demo, is that it expands in ways of not change, but it expands in keeping its old things and just making them better, upgrading them. It's more of an upgrade to this series than a change, which is something that I always appreciate in video games. New isn't always better, and they took that saying really into this game. So they put the elements like you still have your lighter, you still have everything that made Metro is still in that game, in this game, but better. So for example, when you kill someone, you have their weapon on the ground, you can actually scrap their weapons for parts to put towards your weapons to upgrade them. And that is fantastic, because I was so used to going over a body and pick up someone else's weapon in case I was out of ammo or things like that and just use that. But now I can just scrap this person's weapon and use them for part, instead of me having to switch out a gun and put this back on. And it's just, they really expanded on that, and that's the thing I love about the gameplay so far. I gotta go deeper into it and see what they really changed about the gameplay, but so far I see no problem with this. The map is a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than than 1 and 2. And I'm really interested in seeing all the new environments and new people that you're gonna meet. And it's not, you're not just sitting in a frozen tundra with your mask on and getting sideswiped by a bunch of those big huge gargoyle things in the sky. I don't miss those freaks at all. The whole level design really engages you in ways that that really makes you feel like you're a part of it. That's one thing. One game that I could really think of that really put that in there, Witcher 3. The Witcher 3, that environment really engages you in so many different ways with the storms and everything. Everything that you see in that is going to be put into this with the environment. The weather changes. There's so much. I'm speechless for this game. I can't even speak for it. But it's just like, I'm really excited for this game, if you can hear it in my voice. And definitely keep an eye on it. They also released the new NVIDIA GTX graphics cards for the 20 series, and they have this new thing called ray tracing in their games, and they show that specifically for Metro Exodus. And what that is you can see better lighting in your game. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not tech savvy when it comes to graphics cards or what they actually can do for you. I don't know much about graphics cards, but one good example that I saw that I could actually understand was, you know, when you're in the woods, let's say, and you see the sun beaming down on you, you can actually just see the sunlight on the ground. So they don't have to put all these different light sources around the map to make it seem natural. They actually have just the sun itself to beam down and make the entire area look like it's actually there. Like it's extremely, it's a lot more realistic now when it comes to lighting. And that's fantastic to look at. I'm definitely not going to buy one of those new graphic cards. I don't see why I would pay $600 just to see the sun shine on the ground. But, you know, to each its own. Also, we have Nintendo. They just did Nintendo Direct based off a bunch of indie games that's coming to the Switch. Looks pretty cool. I saw Diablo 3 gameplay. Runs smooth like butter on the Switch. The Switch has been getting some crazy crazy ports lately, and I just want to say that I'm really interested. They just released, we all know Fortnite got on there, runs pretty good. What else? Paladins runs fantastic on Switch, even on handheld. The graphics that this thing could produce on handheld it's fantastic. There's games that run better on the handheld compared to when it's docked, and I just love seeing that. It just needs a better battery life, you know. Like, so the only thing that annoys about the Switch is it just needs better battery life. But you know, Diablo 3 runs fantastic on Switch. What else is next? The Diddy Kong is coming to Mario Tennis Aces, and he's gonna be available during the online tourney. But after the online tourney is over, he will be available to everyone right after the tourney. So just to let you guys know, I think he might be a free update. I'm pretty sure he's a free update. Also, we have more We have gameplay on Mario Party. Looks pretty cool. Those are the games I gotta play myself to really get a feel for. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out for this game to release. And then FIFA 19, we also saw some gameplay for that too. Overall, that's everything I see here. There's so much more news that came out with Gamescom, but that's just the taste of things. And I can just say that it is definitely a good year to be a gamer. We have so many games that's coming out this year. You know, we got Spider-Man. You got. Is Metro coming out? I don't know. What is Metro? I think Metro might be a next year release, actually. But, you know, State of Decay 2 is going to DLC. Maybe I might come back to State of Decay 2. Probably not. But I will check it out. See, if that Daybreak DLC is free, I'll give it a shot. You know, we got Life is Strange 2 coming out next month. We just saw Walking Dead just released its first episode. The Telltale Walking Dead came out last week. Definitely going to be checking that out next week. I'm going to do a 1-hour gameplay of that. Nintendo Switch. I think the Diablo 3 will be coming out. I think the release date. I got to put release dates down here. I think Diablo 3 should be coming out very soon too. I think, I want to say the fall. It might be out in the fall. I'm not 100% sure. But lots of games coming out. Battlefield 5. Devil May Cry 5 will be out March 8th. You know, it's going to be a crazy year of 2019. You know, even for the rest of this year, we still have a good amount of games coming out this year. And then 2019 is going to be even crazier. You know, I am excited for this year and in 2019. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. Let me know if you enjoy the content. This is like my first actual video doing my own commentary, and I feel like I'm getting better at it. So this is actually my first take. I gotta edit some things out, obviously, but oh my goodness, it feels great. Expect more of this. I like doing this. I love just talking about games for a good 15 to 20 minutes. This is fantastic. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.